Welcome to Movie Review with Daniel, and today I'll be doing a movie review on Bill and Ted Face the Music. Bill and Ted Face the Music is a 2020 American science fiction comedy drama which was released on the 28th of August 2020. The movie is a third installment of the Bill and Ted movie franchise. Beware, this movie review contains criticisms and spoilers. Bill S. Preston, which was played by Alex Winster, and Theodore Logan, which was played by Keanu Reeves, are not stoners, but they do seem like they could and maybe even should be, which is why Reeves felt compelled to clarify the point in a recent interview. Plot feels like such a handy explanation for the character's indomitable state of dazed good-naturedness, even when confronted with time traveling and the afterlife, that the association has lingered even though the pair never actually smoke any of it. Bill and Ted are the most awesome of a run of late 80s, early 90s dirtbag duos like Beavis and Butt-Head and Wayne and Garth, but they are also relics of a stretch of time in which California stereotypes alone would amount to half of a premieres for a film or TV show. The joke at the center of the Bill and Ted franchise is the two genial doofusses from the San Gabriel Valley turn out to be the most important people in all of humanity, and because of that, the high points of history and metaphysics get filtered through culture contorlessness of a sunny SoCal suburb. It is a joke that's held up unconceivably well over the years. The pleasure of Bill and Ted's excellent adventure and Bill and Ted's bogus journey have endured a few thrusts of homophobic slurs aside, because of how unapologetically silly the movies are. They are about saying the word, but there's so little urgency to them that the way Bill and Ted Face the Music has stumbled into existence nearly 3 decades later comes across as entirely fitting. The new movie from director Dean Parisot and returning screenwriters Chris Mason and Ed Solomon pick up with Bill and Ted still in San Dimas, where they have grown into fathers and husbands who live next door to one another on a scenery cul-de-sac. They have traded young concerns about passing history class and winning a battle of the bands for middle-aged ones like Shaki marriage and fears about being failures. But Bill and Ted Face the Music does not use the years as an excuse to sever into reiteratory. Instead, it underscores the sweetness at the core of its main relationship. Bill and Ted are two guys who love hard rock, the word dude, and each other's company. Sometimes that hasn't changed because the times have. What also remained a constant is their questionable talent. The movie opens up at the most recent wedding for Missy, which was played by Amy Stock Poughton, who was first Bill's and then Ted's young stepmother, where the two men play a song that isn't remotely appropriate for the first dance, but does involve enthusiastic drumming and throat singing. Most people set aside their longing for rock stardom after a few years of trouble, but Bill and Ted have been assured that their band, Wild Stallions, is destined to usher in a global utopia with their music. 29 years and an exploratory montage later, they are still floundering. While time and space have started falling apart in the absence of a unified, unifying bulk. When Christine Scargill beams in from the future as Kelly, daughter of Rufus, the character played by late George Carlin in the first two movies, Bill and Ted soon find themselves back in the phone booth, sending themselves forward in hopes of getting a copy of the killer song they were supposed to come up with from their older self, who they assume have written it already. The pair's former medieval princess wives, now played by Erin Hayes and Jamie Mays, start bouncing around on some mostly off-screen temporary adventures of their own, and then their daughters, Wilhelmina, Billy, Logan, and Theodora Tia Preston, embark on a quest that turns out to be more essential to the developing crisis. Billy and Tia, sharing 20, sometimes failed children, whose friendship rivals that of their dads, aren't clearly drawn as characters beyond the obvious parallels. Though Randy Paines managed the incredible trick of coming across more like Reeves in the original films than present-day Reeves does. It is the two men who remains the heart of this winningly haphazard endeavor, and they are at their best playing off themselves meeting different Bills and Ted across the years, and as would probably be true for all of us, not always getting along with them. Bill and Ted Face the Music serves up some celebrity cameos and some familiar faces, like William Seldar as a parody of the Seven Seals. Death remains an absurd and wonderful creation. The nostalgia is an unavoidable part of the movie's appeal, though it mostly managed to avoid wincy-worthy pandering. The most successful quality of the film is how close it keeps in spirit and haphazard style to its first two installments, and how it feels proudly unstuck in time. Then again, so are its characters, whose type and slang and taste in music feels long past. Maybe that context wasn't all that important. Anyway, how much context do you need to understand the fantasy of being told that your wistful pipe dreams actually matter not just to you but to the world?
Thanks for watching today's review. Please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button and leave your comments in the comment box below.